Hey everybody, this is the Riders Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Steve Summerfeld, and no, I am not home to do this properly. I'm still on the road over in England. I'm just about to go for my last little mountain bike ride before the sun. I think the sun's actually probably gone down now, but I am not home yet to do a proper podcast. So I thought, to hell with it, I'm going to do it this way, so that's why it probably sounds like crap and looks like crap. Right, this is just basically Nitro World Games preview. I'll probably end up doing a preview with Clint Esposito as well, but I just wanted to go do this as I had a few minutes spare. But basically I wanted to let you know who's in for this entire competition. And it's actually a comp that should be the biggest comp in the world for freestyle motocross. And we didn't hear pretty much jack shit about it until like the last week. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why. But this could be the biggest comp to go down for the history of freestyle motocross. I mean, in terms of the level of the trick that is possibly about to be landed. Right, so quickly, who's in? Freestyle motocross, only 5 riders. Benny Richards, Sheeny, Adam Jones, this is all off the top of my head, Harry Bink, and Pat Bowden. Not a big riders list, unfortunately. All Aussies except one, and that continues for Best Trick. But Best Trick, which is pretty much what this whole event is all about anyway, 7 riders. Take Benny Richards out. His name is not on the list, but you can include Scott Fitzgerald, and if you don't know who that is, maybe he goes by another name of TopDog, and he's been around for a hell of a long time. I saw something pop up on Instagram just the other day, so it'd be quite interesting to see what he's up to since he rides with Harry Bink all the time. And big name, coming out of the woodwork, Clinton Moore. So that one will be interesting. So for freestyle motocross, I don't know what this course is going to look like other than will it look similar to the very first Nitro World Games that I think Levi Sherwood won that event, 2017? That course looked pretty awesome, actually. Like, it was a big course. It was all steel, and it was all scaffolding, and maybe some airbag. No, I don't think there were airbags at that one. But anyway, like, it was at a huge venue, Salt Lake City, and it did actually kind of look good for a full steel event. Will Brisbane be the same? I would assume so. They're inside the Suncorp Stadium, so I would imagine dirt is not getting brought into that stadium. I just can't see it, so I imagine it'll all be everything mobile. So that'll be the freestyle motocross. Like I said, it's interesting. Only 5 riders, so it'll be pretty easy to get a top 3. But the freestyle motocross, that's probably going to be the side act to Best Trick. And Best Trick this year, I think, like I said, this could make history. I think it will make history anyway for what 2 guys are going to attempt, and that is Jayo Archer and Harry Bink. Will they be able to land the first ever triple backflip in freestyle motocross competition? It's only been landed once by another guy who's turning up to the comp, Josh Sheehan. I don't think he's going to go for this triple in the competition. Like I said, I picked up his bike to deliver it from Germany to Wales just last week. I've still got it in the van right now, and I'm driving home. And I was going to do a podcast interview with him, but I was sick as a dog, and I was so tired. And he was tired as hell. He flew in from America. We did the show, maybe a few too many espresso martinis. And no, basically, we decided to just not bother. So that's why there's no interview with Sheeny before Nitro World Games. We were just cooked. That was not happening. I was just so damn tired. But it was, I'm not going to say Sheeny was cagey on what he's going to do, but I'm pretty sure there's no talk of any triples. I imagine we'll probably see something like double flip tsunami. And I just throw that out there casually, only because, he's done it a few times before. But nobody else has really given that trick a shot. So let's see. I know he got screwed a little bit by the judging, how the judging worked. It wasn't the judges, but it was just kind of how it was set up at the last Nitro. I think if I remember correctly, Pat Bowden took the win with just it was a huge cliffhanger flip, and it took down the double KOD, double tsunami, whatever you want to call it. Maybe a little bit of ruler flip in there, whatever. So those two are in. So Pat Bowden as well, he has won Nitro World Games. Has he practiced to get ready for this one? I'm sure he would have. I know he wouldn't put his name down if he didn't think he'd have a good crack at it. And we know that that Pat has the same kind of big airbag, like that foam pit style or air pit, maybe we'd call it that. The same as what Harry Bink has. So those two guys have got the same kind of training airbags. So I wonder what Pat Bowden has been up to. I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard anything. But I'm not going to rule anything out from Pat. And we've seen what he's done as well at Travis Pastrana's house. Give him a ramp and an airbag, and he'll throw down anything. But basically, it's down to Jayo and Harry Bink. And the big one there... Well, actually, no, there is a couple of more names in there, but the big thing is Jayo and Harry Bink with the triple. And I would say Jayo has spent, the best part of 3 or 4 years working on this triple backflip. We've spoken about it. We've done a podcast with him. He's gone through so many iterations of different ramps, different approaches, different bikes, different parts on the bike, working with Levi, trying to find out how to get this job done. And then we saw some video only a couple of weeks ago where he was training at Harry Bink's house. And I thought, that's strange, because I know Harry wants to have a crack at the triple, and he's bringing in his competitor. That's awesome. Like, that is actually one of the coolest parts out of all of this, was two guys who are going for the world's biggest trick are working on it together. And then out came Harry with his little video as well. So, man, out of the two videos, just what they've put up, only what we've seen publicly, I would say Jayo probably looked the cleanest on that triple. But as Harry said, he broke his ribs 3 months ago at X Games. He then re-broke them a month ago. Harry ain't feeling good. Like, damn, the dude is still riding with not even good ribs. Like, and the impact that he's going to have every time he's trained for that trick, and then go and do it again at the competition. So this is wild. What are the chances of them landing it? I have no idea. Like, I kind of have this feeling it's like Jed Milden when he landed the quad flip on a BMX. Like, he was just spinning so fast and just had to hope that the wheels would touch down on the landing at the right time. Will that be the same for this triple? They are spinning so damn fast. I have no idea. There's only one person, like I said, who's done that. That is Josh Sheehan, and that was off a completely different ramp at Travis's house. So much higher, so much bigger, so much more chance for shit to go wrong. But then probably speeding everything up on a smaller ramp, which can be replicated. That's the cool part. What then happens when you're spinning so fast and kind of lose where you are? Like, you don't have that time where Sheeny might have been able to think about it a little bit more and brake it, gas it, whatever. I think for this triple backflip, they're just going to be on the limiter. Get this thing around no matter what. Overcooking will be better than coming up short and under rotating it. Couple other names in there as well. Sorry, I didn't say about them too much. Was TopDog. I don't know what he's got. I just saw he put something up on Instagram that he was in a foam pit. And if he's put his name into this competition, there must be something kind of cool coming along. So let's see what TopDog's got. But the big kind of the mystery name that just came out of nowhere, Clinton Moore. He has won Red Bull X Fighters, the World Tour. He is not shy of winning a competition and knowing what to do to win it. But he's been in the woodwork for a very long time. We haven't seen him for a long, long time. Probably a little bit over it. He has definitely been gypped a lot by judges in the past. I can definitely say that for sure. And we just haven't seen him doing an awful lot. Like, he's probably back on the excavator doing a fair bit of work around Bundaberg. but then his name just magically turns up on this list. So with that name, with nothing else being spoken about it that I've really seen, is this time for Clinton to finally land the TP roll, the 720. He went to X Games in 2012 to land that trick. When did Travis land it? Travis landed that trick, what, 12 years ago? 11 years ago? 13 years? I can't even remember. Only one person has landed that trick. And he did it once. When Travis landed it, was on I think it was only once, onto a mulch pile. He was probably still 45 degrees, maybe between 45 and 90 degrees short of that rotation coming in. But because he was on the mulch, he kind of could stick it and then ride out. Clinton went for it at X Games 2012 and didn't go that well. And then his bike bit him because some idiot at X Games didn't know how to hit the kill switch on the track. But, you know, that's how things go. So, yeah, Clinton has tried that trick. He went for X Games Gold. Didn't work. We have seen him training on that trick for a long time. I have worked with him, pulling him out of the foam pit so much. And going back, this is 10 years now. Going back 10 years, when we were pulling Clinton out of the foam pit, he pretty much had that trick on lock 10 years ago. He crashed at X Games. That was a bit of a suspension issue and everything coming into that. Nothing just went right. It was just all bad luck. I then remember watching a Nitro show. I think maybe it was in Brisbane or somewhere in Australia, and they put the airbag over the landing just as they were doing training for a show. And everybody was just trying all sorts of stuff. And Clinton did his 720. And he landed in that airbag. It was like that big fluffy one that goes over the top. But because it was so big and fluffy, of course it just caught his bars, caught his wheels, whatever, and he tumbled down. But you could see he had that. Now, I am sure he has got that on his mind, and he always told me, this is going back 10 years, 8 years, that all he wants is to win an X Games gold medal and land that fucking trick. So if it's not an X Games gold medal, maybe it's a Nitro World Games medal, and he lands the 720. But then, let's move a little bit further on. Have you guys seen the video of Travis Pastrana landing the double back 360? And you know, like, my memory is kind of bad here, but I am kind of remembering him saying it was easier to do the double back 360 than to do a single backy 360. And he landed it. So, would Clinton then also step that up and try the double back 360? He's got the skills on the 720. He just hasn't put it to dirt. Would he go for this one? I don't know. Anyway, so that is the very quick wrap up. This is the fastest podcast ever. As I'm about to go for a little ride, like I said, yeah, sun's gone down now, so I don't know. Probably won't see much over here. Probably only about 20 more minutes of light before I run into some hedgehogs and badgers and foxes and all sorts of things that are in the wild over here in England, but at least they're not going to kill me. That's the main thing, those snakes, so I don't give a shit. All right, guys, thank you very much for listening. Like I said, we might end up doing one with Clint Esposito. Haven't heard from him in the last couple of days, but I imagine he'll probably want to do a preview as well, so keep your eyes out for that one. This was quick, off the top of my head. If I missed names, sorry about that. Other than that, thank you very much for tuning in to the podcast, and go grab yourselves a box of Rothaus Tannenzaepfle, the alcohol-free beers. I'll probably put one in my little bloody drink cooler here on my bike, actually. So, see you later. And, hey, to everybody that's riding this weekend, good luck. Wow. Whatever happens, history will be made this weekend. Whatever happens. So, good luck, everybody. Stay safe. And I can't wait for it. Oh, whoa, hang on. The last thing, how can you watch it? So, I just saw something from Nitro today. If you're in Australia, it's on Foxtel somewhere. But for everybody, and that's why I'm doing this, is for everybody all around the world, it's on YouTube. Nitro said it, it's on YouTube. So catch it out. It's on Saturday, 22nd. So, see you then.